This is Tristan Dodson on the mic. Chris Parisi on the camera. Back at you again. Cache Island Day 1. This is a women's elite division matchup between the Victoria Mooseheads in the green and the A-Holes in the blue. Believe they're from Edmonton, but I don't know. They're just called the A-Holes, so they could be from anywhere. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you. This game is sponsored to you by the Coldwell Banker Oceanside. Thanks again for them for sponsoring this game and helping us grow it. Ball hockey in Western Canada. Off the draw, the A-Holes control. Moosehead try to chip it back in. It's out the zone at center, but then brought right back in by the A-Holes. Here they go. Number 27, Adams, spins off to the point to her teammate. Drop to center. Shot in some feet. It's picked up by number 27 of the Moosehead. That's Molberg. Haley Molberg gets number 17. That's Golly. Now it's given away. Here come the A-Holes. Number 27 again, Adams. Pass across, blocked. Here's Hepilano. Destine Hepilano tries to pass. It's off a foot. Chasing after, though, is Faring. Faring tries to chip it to Hepilano, who hustles after it. But number 5, Erica Holmes of the A-Holes, gets it down deep. The A-Holes get the zone. Watching her closely there is Sydney Cole, one of the A-Holes players on the wall. Too many players on the court, no call. There was 7 actually on when they touched it. 1 got off, but that was still 6. It's too many men. Too many women, I guess you could say, but that was a miss by the referee. A shot, save, rebound, Sid Akai as they're locked in, makes a big save early. Pass the front, shot, co-save Akai. Trying to clear that was Dylan, but Dylan fans on the clearing attempt on the backhand. The A-Holes keep it in. Number 17, Button, shot, tipped. Saved by the stick of Akai there, goes to the corner. It's picked up by number 23, Hillis. Kristen Hillis plays up to Dylan. Megan Dillon to number 52, Hamilton. Logo Hamilton there, Destine Hepilano all alone. Hepilano shot. Big save by the A-Holes goaltender. It's number 25, Weeze. And some feet. And it's going to be a penalty to the A-Holes, taking down Logan Hamilton. So she'll go to the box. I didn't see her which number that player had there. She has the A. She's the alternate captain. But she'll go to the box. I probably should put her number on the scoreboard here if I don't see her. See the back of her jersey, rather. They'll both go. Okay, fair enough. I think Hamilton will go for the hold if she was holding her jersey. And I think it was 92. Was that what they said? There is no 92. 93. Emily Jude goes for I think a roughing. And Hamilton will go for a hold or a roughing as well. I'm not sure. So it'll be 5-on-5. The referees are talking it out. We'll be back with you momentarily. Here we go. Ball drop to the left side. Face off the draw. The A-Holes win it. It's behind their own net. They control. Knocked off the stick. Pass to the middle. Great feed up by the A-Holes. Then they lose possession. Chasing after it, McDonald. Ailey McDonald battling. Pass in front through everybody all the way down to their own zone. The goaltender, Louise, will come out and play that. Slow it down and play it up high. Given away, though. Here comes Faring. Faring with the ball, pass it down low, trying to feed it back to number 6 behind the wall. Rather beside the net there, but she can't get it through. Number 6 is not on the roster here. I'll try to figure out who that is. I may be familiar. I think that's Payment, possibly. No, that's not who that is. I don't know. Number 6. They don't have her on the roster here. I think 18's Bickford rather than McDonald, too. Yeah, 18 is Bickford, not McDonald. Interesting. Roster here a bit different than the actual thing here. The A-Holes pass up. They had a 2-on-0 chance there, possibly, but then one of the Mooseheads players gets back. An A-Hole player picks it off. Play it up. Dylan. Try to chip it to the middle, get it to number 23. That's Hillis, but it's out of her reach. The A-Holes come back the other way. Chip it in deep. Hustling after that ball. Here's Megan Dillon behind the net. Gets that to her teammate. Pass up looking for Golly, but it's through Golly and past her, but knocked down one of the A-holes players on the wall. It's number 27, Adams, back down low. Number 5, Holmes, to the point, a shot, just goes wide. I don't think it touches any of the players or the goaltender there. It beats Akai, but doesn't go towards the net. Shot from far out by Holmes, gloved down by Akai as they make a huge save. Thank you everybody for tuning in, we appreciate it. Time left in the first of two 15-minute periods, 11 minutes, 16 seconds remaining in this first frame. Score still 0-0, shots on goal, notched up at 2 apiece. The A-holes in the blue, the Mooseheads in the green. Mooseheads come from, hail from here, so they have the home court advantage. Alina Verk will come on from a line change. Here's Bickford. Bickford pass up. Hepilano tries to feed it back to Verk, but it's intercepted by Erica Holmes. Holmes trips it up the high glass. Cleared down, but brought right back in there by number 4, Andrea Lyon. Big move for her there, good play. There's the A-holes. They control. Chipped up in the air. Sent all the way down. It'll go to Akai. Number 9, Ricard. Tries to drive the middle, but the Mooseheads player is back and ready. Face off in the Moosehead zone. It's one back by them. It's in some feet. That's number 6 of the Mooseheads. Shot from the A-holes just wide. That was number 6, Dispa Galera. I have no idea how to say it. That's a long last name. Her first name is Chantel. I'm going to call her that. It's like 13 syllables in that last name. Whew. It's a hard one. Budden plays it around the net. Backhand shot on a sharp angle. Akai makes a save. That was Stewart. Number 13 with a great luck, but Sid Akai with a better save. Shutting the door is Akai, and so far, Akai has had quite a great showing in this game. In some feet, it's one back by the A-holes and then picked up by a Mooseheads player. Battling for it. Kept in by 97 Budden. On net, looking to get it home, but she's knocked out of the way. Chantel. I'm not even going to attempt to say that last name, I'm sorry. My apologies to D-Spell Galera or whatever that says. Here's Dylan. Dylan behind her own net, try to feed it up to Cole. It's out of Cole's reach, so it's picked up by Stewart, number 13. Knocked off her stick by Sid Cole there. Here's Verk. Alina Verk chips it past a forechecker, or the defender. Hustles after, almost has a break, but she'll get through. She'll go off for a change. Here come the A-holes, 3-on-2. That's offside on the far side. 3-on-2, and it's brought in after the player on the far wall crawls in. That's number 97, Tyra Budden, going just offside of the line. The ref was there right away and blew it dead. Face-off will pop out in neutral territory, just outside the Moosehead zone, after the A-holes bring it offside. In some feet, it's one back by the A-holes, chipped in the air, sent down, but I thought it was going to be sent down, but then ends up getting kept in barely. Here's Golly. Golly tries to make a play through, but it's blocked by Lowen. A couple great plays, but then third chance, Golly chips it down. Brought right back in by the A-holes player on the middle, though, to the wall. Here's Budden falling down, kind of gets crammed to the boards. No penalty, kind of got squished there along the wall. Play it behind their own net. Cole. Mooseheads try to bring it back here and get some pressure going up. Golly tries to push it past Lowen, but she can't. Here the A-holes controlling. That's one of them at the middle. There's number 44, Rozek. Pass down low to the point. Pass across. A-holes controlling it. Number 69, Smith. Back to number 22, Lowen. Lowen shot partially blocked by Kristen Golly's stick, and Cole picks it up. Cole spins it around the net. Dylan's supposed to be there. She wasn't quite in position yet. It's picked off by a A-holes player in front. A chance, it's knocked off by Cole. Dylan's battling in some feet. It's Lowen that picks it up for the A-holes. Takes a look. Shot. Big save. Haley Malberg was in the way, screening kind of her own goalie there a bit. But luckily for her, Akai still makes the save. Now here come the A-holes again. They get the zone. The captain. Pass across, number 98, or rather 88, Gronimus. Gronimus controls. Tries a chip play off Akai. It's off her arm there, rolls up. Here's Gronimus, pass behind the net, goes off the side of the net and banks across. Here's the A-hole still maintaining possession, falling down. Number 6 there, Chantel, almost had a good chance, but couldn't quite keep her footing there. Bit of a weird play. Hamilton gets crushed to the boards by Erica Holmes. Great play to chip it off, get Logan Hamilton out of the way as she's fast. If she gets gone, she's really gone. Clearing attempt kept in by Hamilton. Right as I say that, she speeds to the far glass. Shot fanned on. Now a chance for Mohlberg, but she also couldn't get a stick on it as her six lifted by an A-holes player defensively. Here's Gronimus. Kept in at the line. Great play by Lyon. Capilano tries to keep it in. She doesn't. It gets past her, but then she tries to hustle after the ball. It's picked off on the high glass, pass across, and the A-holes in their own zone. Gronimus plays it down low to Holmes. Holmes controls. Here's Holmes. Great pass up out of the reach of everybody, though. Looking for streaking Tara Budden of the far glass, the high glass here. She would have probably been close to all alone. There was one defender of the Victoria Moosehead's back, but could have maybe made it harder for her to drive the net, but regardless, it ends up not working out as it chips over a stick, bounces, and goes down for icing. Face off deep in the A-hole zone. On the draw, number 23, Hillis. It's won back by the A-holes player. My apologies if I butcher any of the last names or the roster is incorrect here, as sometimes given away on the wall. Here's number 75, Reddington. Reddington shot, trying to like a little slap pass to Budden, but it's just out of her reach. Here's Budden controlling. Played down low to Stewart. Cherry Stewart controls. Back to Budden. Budden shoots, tipped just wide through the 5-hole Kai. Getting knocked down. No call on the play. I think Stewart wanted one, but she fell down. There was no stick in the feet there. Reddington keeps it in, spins off a check of number 23, Hillis there. Here's Reddington again. Plays it down low, looking to go to Stewart, but it's out of her reach. Hustling after that 93, Jude. Emily Jude back to Budden behind the opponent's net. At the line, number 19, Mars. Mars watched by Verk. Verk knocks it off Mars' stick. Here's Alina Verk with support and with help there. It's number 6, not on the roster. Great back check, though, by Mars. Number 19 of the A-holes. Pardon me. As Verk might have been gone, but Mars gets back and smacks the stick down, or rather lifts the stick, pardon me, and stops a chance on a partial breakaway there. Here's Stewart. Stewart's knocked off her stick by Dylan. Verk will play it in deep. It chips, so icing's waved off. I believe that hit the foot of Golly coming off the bench of a change. Here's the A-holes. Pass up the middle. Number 12, Cole. Cole watched closely by number 99, Hatch. Cole knocks down Hatch, though, but then one of the other players of the A-holes there streaking the wall. That was number 44, Rozek. Rozek to Hatch, a shot. Just high, pardon me, 69, Smith, a shot just high. It's on the back of the net. And Sid Cole will squish it there so she doesn't have to, so it doesn't get loose to the other team behind the net and on the offensive zone. And it's not moving, so the referee will blow it dead. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate you. Just over 5 minutes left of this first of two 15-minute period frames here. We'll see who can score first. Still 0-0. Shots on goal 8-4 in favor of the A-holes here. Golly tries to chip it out. It's kept in at the line just barely. The A-holes are a great team here. Never seen them play to. I think this is their first catch on a rip from Paige Smith, and she scores. Just like that, right as I was wondering who's going to score first, I give the A-holes some props for how good the team is, and then Paige Smith, number 69, rips one right past the blocker side of Sid Akai, straight in the top corner, right where Mom keeps the cookies, and Smith rips it. And the A-holes find Twine. They get the lead 1-0 thus far. Let's see if the Mooseheads can get it back. Kind of a little bit rooting for the Mooseheads here. Got the home court advantage there, local from here. Kind of want to see them make it competitive here. The A-holes are a great team, though. The way they move the ball is unreal. Here they come. Number 27, Adams, trying to go to Lowen, but she oversteps the play, falls down. Hepilano to Hamilton, over back to Hepilano, but it's knocked down. Here come the A-holes. They're great defensively, just right in the neutral zone. They just chip it out harm's way. Here's Adams, number 27. Amanda Adams tries to bring it in. It's blocked by Bickford, and now another chance. She shoots it just wide on the far side. Number 4, Andrea Lyon was getting held there, but there's no call, so play will continue. Here's Hillis. Hillis knocks it off the stick of Gronimus. Number 4, Lyon tries to feed it to Hepilano, but it's out of her reach. Goes all the way. Icing's waved off. Lowen's there to pick it up, number 22 of the A-holes. Hepilano watching her. Hepilano knocks it off her stick. Bickford rips it from far out, goes just wide. Here's Verk. Alina Verk controls, plays down low. Hepilano, Bestine Hepilano in front. All alone was Faring. And it's saved by the A-holes goaltender. What a luck for the Victoria Mooseheads, but the goalie says no. Goaltender Maxie Wees is standing on her head. I like what I see thus far. I mean, the A-holes are the team to beat right now in the women's division, at least in Cache Island. Holy smokes. They're pretty solid here. Play a 200-foot game, that's for sure. Off the draw in the A-hole zone. It's won by the Mooseheads. It was chipped up by number 6, not on the Mooseheads roster. Verk battling with number 6, Chantel of the A-holes. Number 6 controls for the Mooseheads. Pass down low. Back to number 6. Backhand fanned on and cleared up in the air. Sent down. Here's the A-holes. Here's Stewart, number 13. Cherry Stewart passes it. Passes Dylan. It's in some feet. Cole tries to chip it down and oversteps the play, but then gets it back with her foot and kicks it up to her stick and clears it down. Shot from just outside the zone by a Mooseheads player. Goes high and wide. Battle for the ball. Holmes spins off a check. Number 6 was watching her defensively. Here's Cole just past center, chipping it in deep. Here's Hillis, Kristen Hillis trying to look back for Golly. She can't get it though, but now she gets it back to Hillis from Golly. Shot saved by Weiss, the goaltender of the A-holes, and then chipped around. Stewart will pick that up. Stewart watched closely by Golly. Stewart's pass across, goes to Button. It's out of her reach, but she'll pick it up off the high glass, get center, and chip it down deep. Here's Sid Cole. Trying to go for Dylan, but it's out of the way. Hillis is there with a stick in the lane. Good stick lift defensively by Sydney Cole. Great play by Cole there. She saw the ball was kind of bouncing towards the middle of the net in the high slot, so she lifts the stick of the A-holes player and pushes her off the middle. Come the A-holes, chip play from behind her back by Smith, but then it's picked up by the Mooseheads. Chip past center, but brought right back in by the A-holes. Here's Button. Pass down low. Smith. Pass across. A great chance for Rosick, number 44, but just past her. Rosick gets it again. Kirsten Rosick, good play a couple times here. Number 19 winds and fires. Mars wide. It goes off the side, back of the glass, rather, behind the net, off to the side of the net. Glove down by Akai. As they swallow up for a whistle, make sure the A-holes can't get a loose ball and chip it home. So they will make a good, huge save there. Akai will. Face off deep in the Moosehead zone on the right side of Akai. A-holes win it. Pass down low. Great little pass. A shot. Big save by Akai as they lock in, but then second chance cleared out partially. Now here's Hepilano. Hepilano to Hamilton. Hamilton gets pushed to the boards. Number 93, Jude, is on her hard, but Hamilton gets it again. It's still loose. They score! Logan Hamilton with a great chance. The goaltender, Weiss, thought she had it. It was loose in the right side of the net, or the left side, rather. And Hamilton gets it home. Let's go. Nice shot. Goalie thought she had it covered, but she didn't. There was just a little bit of space. And Hamilton found that tiny, tiny area and tied it up at 1. What a play by Logan Hamilton there. That's what I like to see. Representing the island. Victoria. Number 4 off the draw. That's Lyon from a draw win from her team. And some feet chipping that in deep was Jasmine Faring, number 19. Up in the air. A-holes try to clear the zone. They will. Sent down. Bickford will slow it down. Take a look. Pass up to Faring. Chipped off her stick. Trying to get the number 6. Not on the roster, but she can't get a stick on it. Here's number 22. 22 controls. Pass across. Blocked. Mooseheads. Here's Verk. Hieronymus knocks Verk off the ball there. Here come the A-holes. Number 22 controls. The captain, she's not on her own roster here. She picks up the ball. It's Lowen. Lowen controls. Shot. Had to wait till I see her with the back of her jersey because there's no 22 on this printed roster here. The A-holes control. Number 23, Hillis, gets knocked down. Kind of a big battle there, so there'll be no... and squishing that to the boards was Lyon, a great play. She's getting pressured, but then the ball's not moving, so it's blown dead. So Andrea Lyon tries to kill some time. She kills about 8 seconds off that until they blow it, so maybe 8 to 10. It's good time winding down in this first frame. Only 21.3 seconds left now for this first of 2 50-minute frames. Current score tied at 1. Courtesy of Hamilton getting that late goal in the first frame to get your team back in it. Off the boards, trying to kill some more time, but then it's knocked off her stick. The A-hole's not giving up. A clearing attempt goes all the way down. And with 6 seconds remaining, that'll be icing against the Victoria Mooseheads. There'll be one more draw of this first frame, deep in the Victoria Moosehead zone as they ice it down. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you. I want to thank our friends at Coldwell Banker Oceanside for sponsoring this VIBHL game and the Cash Island tournament, day 1 of 3. Third iteration. And at the horn, be squished to the wall there by a Mooseheads player, and that'll do it for this first of 2 periods. Shots on goal 11 to 8 in favor of the A-holes, and score tied at 1 apiece. We'll be back at you momentarily with the second and final period, tied at 1. And don't go yet, slots action to be had in about 2 minutes. We will be back shortly. Hello everyone, this is Tristan Odds on the mic, Chris Parisi on the camera, back at you again. This is the second and final period of one of the last of the couple more games after this as well, actually. So I think there's 3 more after this, or 2, I believe. 2, I think. 8 and 9, and then we'll be done. But this is a matchup between the Victoria Mooseheads in the green and the A-holes in the blue. Off the draw, the A-holes win it and chip down. Here's Lyon getting in the way, though. Great defensive play by Lyon. She puts her body in the way. Now, bomb sent down from number 6, Chantel, goes just wide. I'm going to try to say her last name. It's the longest last name I've seen in my life. It's like 14 syllables in that thing. Here's Holmes, number 5, Holmes. Controls. in their own zone, plays it up to Stewart. Stewart, slap shot. Big save by Akai. So they settle it down early. Here's Dylan. Dylan sent all the way down. And it'll be an icing against the Victoria Mooseheads. So the pass doesn't connect. Face-off will go all the way down and deep in the Moosehead zone after their error. And we will have a draw there momentarily. Score still tied at 1. Just under a minute gone in the second and final frame. We'll see who can score the next goal. Oh yeah, right. You always forget that. Shout out to Chris on the camera here telling me to switch to the second again. I don't know why I always forget that one step. Thanks to Chris Prize for that. He's doing my job for me too. Shot, stick save Akai. And some feet, battle for it. Hatch. Hatch controls. Tries to knock it down to the line. Great play by number 19 there, Mars. Keep it in. Slap shot from Smith. Glove save by Akai. They are dialed early in the second frame. What a save by Sid Akai there. And some feet just past center. The A-holes try to bring it back in. They can't, though. Here's Hamilton. Hamilton with the 1 goal. Taken down. There's a call. Michael Donkers behind the play. Body contact penalty going to the A-holes. There'll be a napper power play. We had I was kind of cut myself off there because I was listening. We had some beef going on between it was number 9, Christy Ricard of the A-holes, and number 52 of the Mooseheads, Logan Hamilton. That was some good, some funny conversations. I saw Hamilton give her the talk to the hand, calling her a yapper. That was pretty funny. But that's besides the point. There's a power play in favor of the Victoria Mooseheads as 2-minute minor for body contact. And some feet. Great clear by the A-holes there. Sid Akai will come out of their net to play it. Plays it up to Logan Hamilton. Here's Logan Hamilton. She controls the ball, takes a look. Hamilton chips it in, goes to the corner. Hustling after that, number 27, Molberg. Molberg gets drilled to the boards. I'm not sure if that's another penalty or something else. I think that was, I'm not sure why that whistle was blown there. Maybe it went up and out of play. Off the draw, the A-holes win it. Number 17, Budden. Rachel Budden has it on the wall beside her own net. Here's Hillis, the captain of the Mooseheads, gets it to Hamilton, back to Hillis. Taken down, no call. They send it all the way down. There's Sid Akai as they play it to Hamilton. Logan Hamilton controls, takes a look. She drives the middle, gets to neutral territory, gets past the center line for the zone. Brings it in. Hamilton's knocked down. The A-hole's playing a hard game here, I like it. And the ball will be pushed against the wall by number 19, Mars. And then it'll be stuck there for a while, so they'll blow it down. As play wasn't commencing, the ball wasn't rolling or moving, so they blow it. Good call by the refs to keep the play moving, get momentum going. On the draw, number 25, Maxie Wees, sorry, not 25, 15, is that who that is? Or 75 there. Reddington loses it to the Mooseheads player, though, Golly. And here's number 10 for the Mooseheads controlling Rayner. Rayner gets it down low. Here's Lyon to Bickford. Back to Lyon. Lyon down low to Hepilano. Destine Hepilano in some feet. Glove down by Rayner. Backhand shot, loose. Pops out to the middle, and it's cleared down by Reddington there. It's a great look. She's all alone there as one of the players in the middle looked up in the air, couldn't find where the ball was. Getting center and chipping it in deep was Lyon. Weiss will play it. Spun around. Rayner's there first, though. Rayner chips it to the wall to Bickford. Bickford slap shot just wide. What a chance for Kat Bickford there. Here's Hepilano. Hepilano battling with Chantel, number 6 of the A-holes there. Stick gets stuck in the wall. A shot. Wow, rebound, and they score! Golly, she got the first goal anyways. It was back bar and out. It pops free. Unfortunate break for the A-holes as number 6 Stick gets caught in the boards. She can't play defense. And now the Mooseheads take their first lead of this game. 2-1 here. Power play goal. It might have been just barely even strength. Kristen Golly with a huge goal. So the Mooseheads take their first goal lead of this game. Sorry, tired, brain fart here. First lead of this game, and they only lead by 1 here. We'll see if the A-holes can get it back, or if the Mooseheads can either put on some more goals on the board here, or keep this lead. Here's Cole playing it down. It's in some feet. Verk to the middle. It's knocked down by an A-holes player. Here's Alina Verk. Watch closely there by Hatch. Verk will spin it around though, but it's given away on the wall. Pass up to the middle, number 44 Rozek to number 19, shot tipped wide. Number 19 would be Mars. Michelle Mars. Battling some feet. The ball's loose. The A-holes player has it, and it's tripped off A-holes player's stick to a Mooseheads player's stick. Cleared down, but not out. A shot. Just wide. Number 93 Jude crashing the net in front of Akai. And right by their net. Akai was calm, but one of the Mooseheads players didn't like it, kind of gave Jude a bit of a push there. Just there in support of her goalie. Off the draw, a shot by Jude, blocked in front by number 6. Oh man, she does a pretty good game thus far. She's not on the Mooseheads roster here. Sent all the way down. That'll be icing against the Mooseheads. Hepolano can't quite get that pass. A-holes players there first, so they get that call, and Mooseheads ice it. Face-off will be deep back in the Moosehead zone. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you. Wanted to give a shout out and say we want to thank our friends at Coldwell Oceanside Banker for sponsoring today's game, or this game specifically. Shout out to Coldwell Oceanside Banker. Appreciate our sponsors here. Couldn't do it without you. Off the wall, the A-holes chip it down. Bickford's there first, in some feet. Fought for. Pass across up in the air. Hamilton tries to get it. She will on the backhand. Now battle for the ball. A great battle here. One up by the A-holes, but then stick lifted by number 10 for a great look. That was Rayner with a good chance. A-holes pick it up. Here come the A-holes the other way. Hamilton had a great battle there with Lowen, but Lowen ends up getting that great stick check there by Bickford on just inside her own zone. Here's Lowen, the captain, takes a look. Slap shot from far out, tipped. Akai makes a huge save. They get a poke check on it. Now on the wall, it's chipped down by Lyon. Lyon still has it. Ball's not moving. And she'll just push it against the wall, kill some time, and get the whistle. In that situation with 2 A-hole players on her, might as well just let it be blown dead so she gets a face-off draw. It's in her own zone, so there could be a quick win and a goal against her, but the Mooseheads are pretty solid on the draw, I'd say. I think I'll give them a bit of an advantage in the face-off thus far. Reddington takes the draw for the A-holes against, I can't see who that is, a Mooseheads player. Won by the Mooseheads, chipped up, goes all the way down. Hustling back. Holmes there to pick it up. Hustled down by Malberg. Holmes will spin it around. Here's Stewart. Stewart pass across to Budden. Cole's hustling after Stewart though. Sorry, Budden. It's knocked off Budden's stick. Tara Budden still controls though. Now it's given away, kept into the line by Chantel. Shot blocked by the glove of Golly there. Golly tries to play it up, kept in off the glove of Holmes. Trying to feed Malberg, would have been probably all alone, but now here come the A-holes again. They control, they have time, they slow it down. Here's Mars, Michelle Mars, back to Reddington. Sarah Reddington down low. It's interrupted there by number 12, Cole, spun around. She kind of loses the ball though to the other team behind the net. They crash it far down. That was Stewart, I believe, but didn't get in the way of that pass behind her own net by Cole. Clearing attempt sent all the way down, so that will be icing against the Victoria Mooseheads as the A-holes put some serious pressure on. And it's looking like they control the pace of this game, but the scoreboard would say otherwise, as they're down a goal. But I don't think that'll be for long at this rate. Time's winding down, though. Just under 9 minutes left in this game. Mooseheads still lead. Their goaltender, Akai, has been absolutely locked in there. Probably I would give Akai the best goaltender in the women's division in VIBHL. I'd say they're number one, either her or Herb. One or the other, either them or Herb. My apologies, don't want to give incorrect pronouns there. Gotta respect the pronouns as much as I can. Even got a little note here, I still forget sometimes, so my apologies to Akai for that. Face off. Here's Rozek taking the draw against Hepalano, I believe that is. Hepalano wins it. It's in some feet, but then it's given away. Number 6 loses the ball. Now there's number 93, Jude, down low. A shot from Smith. Just high. Battle for possession. I thought the Mooseheads had it, but they didn't. It's kept in. Shot tipped loose. Picked up by Hepalano. Destine Hepalano controls. Pardon me. Hepalano gets the middle. Shot from far out. Saved by the goaltender. Tries to play it, but held it too long, so it's blown dead by the referee, Michael Donkers. And we'll have a face-off deep in the A-hole zone with the Mooseheads leading 1 goal, 2-1. Shots on goals, 16-11 in favor of the A-holes. But the scoreboard still has the Mooseheads leading, of course, 2-1, as that's the correct score here. It's looking like, for a moment there, was kind of, I almost forgot that the Mooseheads were leading because the A-holes were putting some serious pressure on them, but Akai is just, they've just been absolutely dialed. Off the draw, in some feet. The A-holes control, sent down, brought right back in by Cole. Hamilton's there. Cole gets it again. Knocked down. Cole chips it down past center. Icing waved off. And some feet up in the air. Pass in the slot, number 23 there. Hillis, the captain, almost had a good chance, but her stick gets lifted, I believe. It kind of hops her as well. Hustling back, here's number 10, Rayner. Rayner watching number 93, Jude. Jude chips it past her. That was Gronimus, rather. That was 88, not 93. My apologies. Chipped down. Here's number 17, Button. Rachel Button controls. Shot on goal, blocked. Chipped down by Lyon, but not out. It's up in the air, kind of took a slow rolling bounce. Now here's Lyon. Lyon, a great play. Gets knocked off the ball, though, by Gronimus with a great play. Shea Gronimus. Now it's shot, chipped, rebound, they score! Great chance. That's what's bound to happen. The A-holes putting some serious pressure on the Victoria Mooseheads. Looking like the home advantage doesn't matter right now. And they score. And they tie it up at 2, just under 7 minutes left in the game. And it can change in a couple seconds. Mooseheads had the lead, and then one mistake, very, very minor one. They just couldn't quite clear their zone, I think twice, but great chances to do so. And like they had the right idea, but it ends up being blocked, and then right there it scores. So face-off will pop just outside the Moosehead zone, I believe. I'm sorry, I punched the mic with my hand. My apologies. Here we go. On the draw. Haven't seen Sharu in this game. I'm surprised. Is she not playing? I don't know. Faring on the draw against Reddington. Faring wins it up. Here's Golly. Golly chips it down, trying to get it to Malberg. Malberg can't pick it up. She almost has it. Number 19, or rather 17, Biden will pick it up on the wall. She'll fight for it with 2 Mooseheads players. It's picked up by Golly. Golly almost has it, kind of rolls past her though. Here's Lowen. Lowen controls. Lowen gets center and chips it in deep. Lyon thought she was passing to the middle, so she was watching it, but she ended up just dumping it down low. Here's Andrea Lyon. Chip play up. Stayed just in the zone. Up in the air. Here's Lowen, the captain for the A-holes again. A shot. Trying to tip that was Stewart. But it's up off her stick, out of play off the netting. So be blown dead as it's out of the play of the arena here. Good chance for a tip, but a little bit too high on that. Well, it would have been better if it went down on the tip, but fortunately for the A-holes, it's off the stick, up, out of play. Here's Rosick. I thought she won the draw. Ends up getting picked up by the Moosehead's player after she wins it. And Chantel played it up, number 6. Now, past center, chipping it in was Paige Smith, number 69. Picking that up, number 12, Cole. Sydney Cole behind her own net to Megan Dillon. Dillon's there, but Paige Smith is there as well. Dillon tries to clear it, but it's blocked by Smith. Smith takes a look. Shot just wide. Here's Cole. Cole trying to feed up to Verk. It's chipped off of the stick of Chantel, number 6. Now Verk's hustling after her. Verk with a great chance, but Chantel, number 6, still controls. She leaves it back to her teammate on the wall, her defensive partner. Here's Paige Smith. Paige Smith controls, takes a look. Shoots it, goes wide. Rebound pops out to Dillon as Smith goes off for a line change. Dillon pass up to number 6, up in the air. Couple chances to clear, they can't. Dillon gets knocked down. Here's Gronimus. Gronimus gets her stick lifted. Great back check by Alina Verk there. It's given to the middle though. A chance, a shot from Jude. Slap pass rather, goes to one of the players on the wall. It was number 99, Hatch. Hatch gets it back again. Here's Hatch. Belinda Hatch fires. Looking for a tip in front. Was 15, I think that said, or was that 5? Number 5, Holmes, but tipped right into the glove of Akai as they swallow up. Make sure there's no rebounds for a whistle. Akai, they're just dialed in today. I mean, but when is Akai not dialed in? They're a top caliber goaltender in the women's division. Them and Herb are the 2 pretty undisputed top first and second goaltenders, I'd say. It's debatable who's first and who's second. I guess you could probably say Jessica Herb is probably first, but not that we... That's my opinion though, right? I mean, there's no real statistics on that. They're both very, very solid goaltenders. I think we had a timeout called by the A-holes, so we'll be back at you momentarily. See what the A-holes can draw up on the bench, see on the drawing board there to see if they can take back the lead and maybe win this game in the late stages. The Mooseheads want to play lockdown defense and make sure they keep it tied. I believe if it stays a tie for the rest of this 4 minutes and 49 seconds, they will both get a point for a win, as this is the tiering. First day is just teams play to see who they play next, I believe. How many wins, how many losses. There's like a lower tier and a higher tier depending on your statistics from day one, from what I know. I can't remember if the A-holes played and the Mooseheads already. This is their second game. I know the Mooseheads, I believe, played somebody. I think it was like the Wolves or something, the Nanaimo Huskies or something earlier. I think they lost. So I think if they lose today, they go 0-2, and then they'd be in the lower tier. Or maybe they'd be eliminated, I'm not sure. This is just to tier, I believe. Now, here's Reddington, play it down low. Gronimus, shot, blocker, saved by Akai. I think it was going wide anyways, but they make a good save. Here's number 4, Lyon. Chip it off the board, sent down. That'll be icing against the Mooseheads. Face off deep in their zone. As they try these stretch passes up the wall, it's not working very well for them thus far. I think they might want to slow it down maybe and try to bring it in the zone. I don't think the passes are working out very well. If I were them, I'd switch up the plays and try to bring it in rather than pass it around. Up in the air. Off the draw, chip to herself, number 19 Mars. It's knocked off her stick by 23 Hillis, the captain. Pass up. Some feet looking to get to Rayner, but it can't quite get to her. It's given away. Hamilton chips it down. Sent down up in the air. A-holes control. Number 19, Mars picks it up. Mars, center, rips it down, blocked by Hillis there. Good play by Hillis. Here's Bickford. Bickford knocking it down. Bickford thinks she still had it, but she doesn't. It's given away on the wall. Stewart tries to pick it up. Hamilton will control, though, as Hamilton does exactly what I thought would be the play. Brings it up herself rather than try to pass it back. Making center and ripping it down is number 27, Malberg. Haley Malberg gets it, then it's chipped right back down. That'll be icing against the A-holes. Couldn't quite pick it up. Stewart just out of her reach. And face off deep into the A-hole zone. Shots on goal 19 to 11 in favor of the A-holes, tied at 2. Off the draw. Cole has it in her feet, loses it for a moment, gets it back. Gets that down to Faring. Faring, it's in some feet. 44, Rosick. Rosick pass up to Stewart. Great play by Dylan to knock it off Stewart's stick. Dylan again gets a stick on it, this time a chip deep though. Button controls. Did they call this goal off? They still have the scoreboard at 2-1. Did I miss something here? I think the scoreboard's just mistaken. They might have called the goal back, or did I jump the gun here? Shot far out, big save. Okay, thanks. Aiden Kulas came here to show me the scores wrong. I thought they scored. I guess I was mistaken. My apologies. I think they did, but I think maybe they call it off. I swear to God, they got a second one. There's a shot. Glove save Akai. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, folks. I've been thinking this was tied at 2 this whole time. I think it might not even gone in. I might have just jumped the gun here, so my apologies. They're actually down. They have pulled their goal. Now the A-holes have a shot tipped over the net. Dylan controls, spins it down. Sent down. It's kept in at the line. 2 minutes, 14 seconds. They pull their goalie pretty much a long time left. Great chance. Hepolano tries to shoot at the empty net, but it's blocked. Kept in at the center line. Number 93, Jude. Oh my! So it turns out the A-holes still are down a goal. They're on the hot seat here. They have all the pressure here. Jude passed down low to Stewart. Stewart slap shot, saved by Akai off their shoulder, off the netting, out of play. Face off in the Moosehead zone after Akai makes a big save late in this game. They'll have the O-zone though, so they'll, I believe. So they will keep their goalie out for the extra attacker, man advantage, 6-on-5. So, yep, not 2-2, 2-1. Guess that didn't go in there, folks. So, clearing attempt towards the empty net. That's going to go way wide. It'll be icing against the Mooseheads. Good chance. First, it looked like it was going towards the net. Then it kind of takes a hop and goes way wide. But right idea to dump it down at the empty net if you have a chance. If you have a chance to run it up, might as well do that as well. I mean, that'll be more effective if you can. But with this A-holes team being quite solid, wouldn't be surprised if that won't be possible. Off the draw, Donkers will drop it. Mooseheads win it, but they'll be redone, as I think the Mooseheads player jumps to draw. That was Malberg, I believe. Off the draw, it's won back by the A-holes now, to the point. A chance, a shot, just wide. Rebound pops free, Akai's down, backhand shot. Knocked off the stick from Lyon. Now we'll have a battle behind the net, as the A-holes player was poking at the goalie's glove. Andrea Lyon did not like that, and I respect that. You got to stand up for your goaltender. If she gets a bit poked, you got to full send it, balls to the wall, and make sure you help her out as much as you can. And that was a bit of a late poke. I would have done the same thing. Shout out to Lyon there for having Akai's back. Off the draw, shot fanned on partially by number 5, Holmes. Now a chance at the empty net. Still controlled. Here's number 10. Rayner shoots. It's blocked. Rebound pops free. Hamilton scores! And that'll do it, folks. The insurance marker, I mean, I think so. Still a minute 22 left. You never know. I I think they're calling back that goal here, folks. I'm not sure. The refs will talk about it. I heard the refs say no goal. I'm not sure what the... So they'll take that back. I don't know if that's the right call. I have no idea what they'd call that. They haven't put it on the scoreboard yet. I have no idea how you could call this back, and I have no idea what they're referring to there. Yeah, interesting play here, folks. I think the refs are going to talk about it. One ref's adamant on no goal. The other ref is, I think, indifferent. But we'll see. I mean, the ref right there said no goal. I don't know if they'll be able to reset the clock because should maybe be a couple seconds added then. There will be no goal. I'm not 100% certain as to why. In the crease? Okay, so there's a crease violation. I see. But if there's no goalie in the net, does that matter? I guess it does. So I guess Hamilton her goal will be taken back, so it will still just be a 1-goal lead. So Moosehead's still up though, a minute 20 left. The A-holes control, they'll get the zone and they'll pull their goalie once again. Oh, wouldn't that just be horrible if the Mooseheads get a crease violation and then end up getting it tied late. Shot, big block there by Mohlberg. It's still controlled, minute left, last minute of play, sponsored by Coldwell Oceanside Banker here. Pass across, a shot just wide through the crease as Akai is sliding across and they miss the ball completely, but it goes wide anyways. Pass in front, shot wide in some feet. Spun around the glass, goes out of play. Face-off will be redone. Off the draw, shot, toe save Akai. Shot down, it will be icing with 35 seconds left. Sorry, 33 rather, because it rolls slowly. 33 and a half seconds left on the clock. The Mooseheads ice it. It will possibly have a couple more draws in the Moosehead zone, or at least one here for a good chance. We'll see if the Mooseheads can lock in and block it, or if the A-holes can tie it up late. Never know. They have the O-zone with 33 seconds left. 33 is a lot longer than it looks. When you're out there, it feels like forever, especially if you're in the defensive zone. You're on your tail. A shot just wide. Good chance. 25 seconds remaining. Pass to the middle. Number 19, Mars. Shot loose. Rebound. A-holes player controls. Shot just wide. I think Akai got a piece of it with her leg. Sent down, kept in at the line by Mars. 10 seconds left. 7 seconds. Shot wide. It's blocked off the stick of Cole. She'll hustle after the ball up in the air, and that'll do it. The Mooseheads still control and take the victory. The A-holes had a chance as the empty net goal gets taken away from Hamilton for a crease violation. But then in the end, the A-holes can't get a second one to tie it up. And the Mooseheads take the victory here on their home court here at Eagle Ridge Community Center. Final score, Mooseheads 2, A-holes 1. And believe players of the game upcoming here. We'll be back at you shortly with that. Or rather, I'll just mute the mic and we'll be back to you that in a moment. Don't go yet if you want to know the players of the game and see the celebration here. Handshake line commencing, and we'll be back in a sec. Players of the game brought to you by the Canadian Brewhouse. Player of the game for the A-holes, number 69, Paige Smith. Player of the game for the Victoria Mooseheads, number 17, Kristen Golly. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you. Final score in this Women's Elite game. A-holes 1, Mooseheads 2. And that'll do it. We'll see you in the next one, folks. We'll be back in a bit for the last two games. Thank you for tuning in.